at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
Hey, did you know that you could help support our future projects and let everyone know you're a fan of what we do? Check out our print-on-demand store. We have a tab here on YouTube. When you click on it, you can choose from a bunch of different items. We have shirts and posters and coffee mugs. Click on the one you like. When you find the design you want to put on it, choose a color and a size if it's appropriate. And when you purchase these items, a portion goes to help fund our future projects. We really do appreciate your support. You get some cool stuff. When you get that stuff, post pictures here and on other platforms, and we'll hook you up next time you order from our Gear website store. Thank you for your support of gunwebsites.com. And welcome to anybody who might be showing up live for the show, and let us know if you're out there. Otherwise, I should probably pull this banner off of here. I didn't realize that was up. And we're back to episode 1271. So we've been doing this for a while, and we're going to call this season something. We just haven't figured out what season it is, but we'll consider this the start of a new season. And we'll get into the show a little bit. So for those who are joining us for the first time, welcome. For those who are tuning in from the past, welcome back. And we'll kind of kick back off with the same formats that we had gone with towards the end of the run, 1,200-something episodes into it, with each day of the week being a different focus, a different topic. Goal would be to get going each night and be live, be able to focus on stuff that our Second Amendment protects, focus on the activists, focus on the community, focus on the events and the history, and not so much the news of the day. There's plenty of people focusing on that. So with a daily show, we can take some time and have some consistent elements to it. So we use each day of the week to have a different focus. Let's go through those. We'll have Motivation Monday, a 2A Tuesday. We're going to have the tactical quiz on Wednesday, maybe some other fun stuff. Then the Thursday topics will be travel and training. Friday, we'll focus on the industry and the calendar because we'll want to take a look at what's coming up and take a look at what might have happened. So we do our weekly wrap-up already, and we'll incorporate some of the calendar stuff looking forward well, I would be doing that now if I had it. So we'll be kicking that back into gear and then using the Friday show to look back and look forward. All right, with that in mind, what's Motivation Monday all about? So on Mondays, we're going to take a look at what it's like to run or create content, or run a channel, run a podcast, run whatever it is you might want to be doing, write books or create. And as long as it's got a focus on 2A, then that's the unifying element there. But there's been, over the years, plenty of people who appreciate the produced content that isn't a product of a manufacturer or some industry, but instead the product of an individual. So we like to offer motivation for that, inspiration, opportunity, and information as much as possible. Bring people together to collaborate and that kind of thing. So what we have written on the website is on Mondays, we'll talk behind the scenes of 2A media. Grab a camera, microphone, keyboards, or a phone and join in the creation of 2A media online. We'll talk nuts and bolts, tips and tricks, using phones, camera software, online platforms, as well as how to network, finance, and have fun with these 2A projects. And that's what it's all about. And for the long term, some people just want to be involved. Other people want to get something accomplished. Other people want to build. Other people want to participate. Lots of people have lots of motivations, and we'll talk about those. It's Motivation Monday after all, and how to achieve those, what you're motivated to get. So with that, I'm not going to spend too much time on it today because there's a lot to it. In the past, those 1,200 episodes, I've spent lots of time, kind of structured time devoted to each of the platforms that are out there, to each of the different skill sets. For example, you think of creating a video, you have to purchase a camera, create time to do it, get it filmed, with the lighting and the framing and the right type of media, filters, lenses, all that kind of stuff, however detailed you want to get. Audio is a part of recording, so you've got that element. I don't know if I said lighting, but you've got a lot of elements there that you can put a lot or a little attention into, a lot or a little cost into to get final results. Nope, not yet. Now you have raw footage and you take that to a computer and you use software and you edit. So you got the skills and the techniques of editing. You got the software options and the software tools and the operation of those different pieces of software. And then you're done, right? Because now you've got your completed media, whatever it is, podcast or a video or a recording or picture, whatever it might be, blog post, magazine article, book, something, piece of art, cartoon, right? Song, could be anything, right? Lots of stuff out there to get information across to people. You've created it on some kind of device. You've figured out what you wanted to do. You've got it made, you've edited it, and you're good to go. Oh, nope, now you got to distribute it. So there's the platforms and the techniques and the timings and the other opportunities and consequences, I guess, of dealing with other people out there. And then you do that all over again, and you get used to doing that at some sort of regular basis, and it gets to be either a job or a passion. And our goal is to help people manage that the best we can. That's the kind of thing that, again, depending on your motivations for getting into this whole thing as an activist and your abilities or your interest and how far you want to take it, having realistic, what's the word, like, I can't think of that word, the realistic, whatever the word is, you know what I'm saying, of, no, I can't think of that word now. It's getting me. Anyway, have a pretty good goal of a realistic goal of what you can do, and then execute it and get some feedback. Ideally, find some people to work with so that you're not alone out there. As you gain audience, you're done, right? You're just done. You get your audience and you're finished. Nope. Then you get to learn what it's like to deal with a bunch of different people who, some of whom are going to like what you're doing, some of whom are going to not like it, and they're going to work for you, against you, with you, against you, and everything in between. And then we got the antis, and then we got the timing and the rest of the world, and then we've got the motivation to keep doing all that with the other people that are out there, and maybe even do it enough times that you gain some experience and some insight to bring that to a table and offer that as coaching to the next generation. Because after all, that liberty requires eternal vigilance part of some of the stuff we say. Doesn't just happen. You have to put effort into that. And if we can put effort into that ideally doesn't take much effort, right? Show how to effortlessly achieve, then if we can pass that along, then that's truly a good gift, right? So if we can offer that to others, if we can show them all the good stuff that worked and all the places not to step, then they can stand on our shoulders and jump instead of repeating all of our experiences, right? All of our trials and whatnot. So that's sort of the goal. So with that, we do have some other themes for the rest of the week. I'm probably going to only go live as we're able to kind of get the show getting produced and ready. Kind of fits and starts here as we get everything set up and create time to do it. Time frame is going to be midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. The old time frame, basically the time frame that's on all the different stuff out there, as far as the banners and posts that we've made over the years. And there's no perfect time to do one of these. My goal isn't to offer the only newest, best info or the only thing you need to hear in a day. Instead, it's to, like I say, offer on Mondays some motivation and some insight, some coaching, and some collaboration with folks who might be creating content. And that's something that most people are doing as a hobby. Most people are doing it as a part-time situation. And that means they're at work all day, more than likely, unless you're an overnighter, in which case you're at work right now. But in that case, most people are going to be listening to this after the fact. So if you are, leave us some feedback. I'll be posting this on gunstube.org, which is a video hosting platform out of South Carolina that's hosted in the United States using open source, secure software. Unique in that because most of the other platforms out there are using proprietary hybrid systems that, they're not, none of them are perfect. And the ones that are out there using proprietary systems have a lot of infrastructure. So GunTube is unique in that it doesn't have a ton of infrastructure. It's been doing an awesome job of providing hosting for free for firearms related video for years now. You can support them on Patreon. You can support them in other ways. They do have a little store over there with a few items. And we'll also be posting these videos over on UTG Tube, the Utah Gun Exchange, and probably over on Utreon. Just got an account over there, and Odyssey. Been looking forward to exploring Odyssey a little bit and see what it's like to have a couple of channels over there. So if you're on one of those platforms and you happen to be listening to this, then encourage you to leave some feedback so I know that it's worth spending the time to send them out there. The goal would be to get this up as a podcast again. It's been a little while. Actually, it's been a long time since this has been a podcast. That does take some extra effort, some extra time, and without any kind of feedback or response from the podcast platforms, there's really just not the time to, there's no reason to spend the time to do it. But every once in a while, you got to go back and check again, see if the signal's any different. So we'll do that. If you're listening on the audio portion of this, let us know. Give us feedback. If you're interested in the topics, if the audio is okay, if the features are what you're looking for. Not that we're going to adapt and change to everything, but it is interesting to hear what people think and hopefully get some conversation started. That's really the point, is to use this internet as a way to find others with similar interests, different, same point of views, and different ways of approaching problems so that we can accomplish and ideally leave behind some record of how we did that. So again, those that come after can stand on our shoulders and jump. Got a couple people joining in live. Thanks for that. Makojo's out there, and then Ghost Tactical. In your view, is the next generation doing a good job? The Star Trek Next Generation was doing pretty good. As far as the next generation of 2A activists, I don't know where the next is. So I guess that would be the question, what you define next as. But yeah, I mean, everybody's doing a good job. The fact that we just had, we're really, really close to having 25 states with constitutional carry. We have 50 states with concealed carry, are two big achievements. We had an assault weapons ban that's sunsetted. We've got some major issues too, but as far as the new ones, they're not hot rods, they're not superstars. They haven't stopped anything like the bump stock or the 80 percenters. They're going to be observers for a little while, but we're about to get enough infringements here to make them get pissed. And I don't think the infringements we're about to get are the kind of things that are going to piss off the old folks. Them old folks are probably getting tired, probably feel like the things that they're infringing on now, ain't their issue. I hope I'm wrong, but I think the young kids are gonna have to learn how to fight. And it's been a while since we all fought together, but we all do fight. So they come from good stock, and they've got some examples to look at. But unfortunately, we're not leaving them with, maybe not the, I don't say unfortunately, but we aren't leaving them with the best set of instructions ever. But that's fine, because even if we had the best set of instructions, it wouldn't apply anymore. So as we go forward, they're definitely getting enough slaps in the face and infringements. They've lived with infringements. They're threatened with them constantly. And they see enough people running around doing what they want comparatively that they're in a good spot. I mean, I guess we'll have to see how they do. But if we look at the people that they follow, it looks like we've got people that are not satisfied, not seeking out fame or fortune. Well, maybe fame, but not seeking out fortune, as far as I can tell. And then they're interested in making themselves a legacy with action instead of like slogans and mottos and that kind of fame. So I think they're doing a pretty good job. Of course, back in my day, we would have done it better. But with that, without getting too sidetracked, I really don't want to make this a live show. We're going to have guests, and we're going to have some feedback on Wednesdays. We'll have the technical quiz, of course. But no, I don't want this thing to ramble too much. I want it to be useful. So this first one, I'll probably keep it around 20 minutes. I will throw out a link there for anybody that's still awake and would like to jump in. If you want to chat about topic of the day kind of stuff, Mondays, again, is creation of content and moderation of content, distribution of content, challenges, that kind of thing. Advantages, fun parts about it too. We just went to, or a bunch of people just went to Tulsa. So probably talk about that on Thursday. As he's talking about iGold, that's a good point. We've got the started the show off with this banner thingy. And if I get Makojo's comment from in the way, there we go. It'll tell you that iGold is on the 6th. So that's pretty cool. Illinois Gun Owners Legislation Day. And then, I forget what year it is. It's like the 34th year or something. It's been going on for a while. And Ozzy's saying he's going to attend. That's pretty cool. I think I've seen a couple of pictures of the people out front before, but is everybody wear yellow shirts, or am I crazy? And people get bussed from all over the state. Illinois is one of them weird states. It's a blob, up and down rectangle looking thing, kind of arrowhead shaped, I guess, but it's up and down. So it's quite a distance if you want to go from the top of Illinois down to the middle of Illinois, pretty much, where Springfield's at, which is the capital there. So that means there's probably people getting bussed up from southern Illinois and maybe even over from Springfield area. Let's see. Otherwise, most of the people are probably, I don't know, with the gas light now, and probably are getting bussed, I would imagine. So I haven't seen anything like Virginia does. Of course, I haven't looked, but I haven't found anything that's hit me that's out there from the Illinois. I imagine that's Illinois State Rifle and Pistol Association who puts that on. And like I say, I haven't seen anything where they've gone live to promote it or to, coordinate it. Virginia Citizens Defense League does a great job of going online and doing all their general meeting online so that everyone, including the members, can learn ahead of time what's the situation, what's the agenda for their meetings. All right, so with that, thanks for that mention. It'll give me a chance to go back and look at the calendar. And we'll just see in DGS. So again, thanks everybody for showing up live. If you're listening to this as a recording, then give us some feedback as to where, or you can just say something and I'll know where it is because I'll see it. And stay tuned for more. We'll be doing a focus on Mondays on the creation of content, as I mentioned. So if you've got any directions you'd like us to go, or questions, or specific topics, feel free to mention them. Like I say, I'm not going to necessarily follow everything that comes along, but always find good stuff from people's suggestions. So definitely looking forward to it. And look forward to Wednesday. Got the technical quiz. I think I'm still haven't scheduled it yet, but I have 2 or 3 quizzes made. I'm doing 2 or 3 quizzes at a time now. So we'll do 3 or 4 or 3 of them each Wednesday, but you'll get 4 or 5 to choose from. But I'm making a bunch. So we'll have plenty of quizzes coming up for the next few months as I get these things built and I get the hang of building quizzes. It was taking too long to build them. So I'm giving myself some time to figure out how to make these quizzes so that it's less of a chore, a little more easy to do. And what we'll end up with is a ton of quizzes, and hopefully they won't be these. I don't know if you've looked for gun quizzes online, but it's a bunch of garbage out there right now. So these will be useful, hopefully, searchable. And then once you start seeing what we'll come up with here, they'll also have lots of links and hopefully offer some reach for some of the organizations that we all know and love. All right. Well, with that, thanks everybody for showing up, for blowing the dust off the Daily Gun Show here. Episode, forget what it was, 1271, something like that. It's a long time in. And, was he saying in 19, the last rally? The last rally, there was about 6,000 people. That's a ton. That's awesome. That's 2,000 people more than, oh wait, no, I won't say that. So that's pretty good. The hopefully it'll have a decent turnout this year. The more turnout there is, the less confident or less energized their antis will be. The more people they see turn out, they'll know that that represents a more and more portion of the population. So not only do you get your to have contact with the representatives with a bunch of others, but you're also leaving a message there with their political strategists. Well, I'm getting used to going live again and attempting really hard not to just make it a ramble. So we'll end it here. I will leave the link out to the after chat, so anybody that's listening live can feel free to jump in. And if you're a Patreon, you're listening to this, and you're awake in the middle of the night and you missed it or something, then let me know. And I'd be more than happy to post links over on Patreon or on our channel, our YouTube channel, for the after chat as well. So I'm not going to guarantee I'll be up all night, but some of the people that are overnighters or working overnight shifts will sometimes stay up all night chatting. I'll leave the room open for anybody that wants to, but I won't be able to stick around every night. But as it gets to be summer here, we'll see how everything works out and how many people show up for the shows. All right, so thanks again for showing up. Woods is asking, so you're Monday, Wednesday, Friday? No, not necessarily. I just decided to get the ball rolling and get this one kicked off, even though I didn't have a lot of plan with it, but just to get back in the routine. Is that the word I'm looking for? And blow some dust off, get some rust, spray some WD-40 on all this rust, and post a couple. Get used to the clicking on stuff. I'm also more used to having a live conversation here, and I'm trying to get used to running it more like a real show. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for showing up live, and we'll be back to pick you up later.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com. Do 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 do.